Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Wolfquest with SoftWing and her new mate Coda. And in the last episode, SoftWing started her journey and she met Coda. Alright, so we have currently 860 experience. So we don't have a lot of experience that we need to earn. These two actually rolled pretty easy, so we're going to meet their pups. But usually we're meeting the pups more recently, so that's fine. And Coda's challenge is actually to kill a cougar. Now, I know there's technically cougars that spawn. There's a cougar that spawns in your den to kill one of your pups. So technically, we could just do that with the challenge. But however, I'm gonna do a little spin on the tail there. We're gonna only be allowed to kill that cougar, use that as for Coda's quest on the fourth litter, or their last. Because if we did it for their first litter, that'd be just really climate. That'd just be done with it, and it's too easy. So yeah, I'm gonna run that cougar. We can kill it, but that will not count until the fourth litter. It will count when we kill that cougar. That basically means that we gotta really look at our carcasses and try to see if we can find a cougar. I'm not gonna do that with this episode because then again we would just complete it and that'd be kind of boring. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna continue. We're gonna try to get the amount of experience needed. These two again rolled pretty easy, so that's good. And also, little side change here. There's for last episode with Eos and Redwood who had their pups. There is technically a god of moon. I guess this guy's associated with it. I didn't really read into it that much, but there's this Celtic. I think it's pronounced Celtic god Cernunnos. If anyone's more like, if you know more about Celtic mythology, let me know in the comments if Cernunnos, that's a good name for that pup, which is what we renamed Sobek. Sobek is the Egyptian god of crocodiles. There's not really a real name. We might rename a pup Sobek later on that line. You need to reform it, but we'll have to see that for that. Let's see how that goes. Alright. Elk hunting time. Now, I believe on the harder difficulties as well, there is a cougar that attacks you during the journey. But because we're on pretty easy, I doubt we're gonna find that cougar. We'll have to see. You might have to rely on the fourth litter cougar, but even then, we might not make it there. Because again, in the last episode, I stated how there were huge deaths. If we die, we're gonna roll. If we roll good, it will say it was an injury that we managed to brush off. But if we roll bad, it's a major injury. That wolf is dead. And either if they don't have pups, we're gonna have to pick the second place winner of the poll they were in. So, for example, if SoftWing died, we'd have to play as either Mete or Skippy and start their stories. But if SoftWing could have had their pups and that's when SoftWing died, then we would have to see how many pups Coda managed to raise to adulthood by himself. And I guess we could say that Coda maybe found another mate and then maybe get more pups. But I don't really want to do that. And that's what we could technically edit this wolf to look like Coda and then play as Coda and find him a new mate. But I just don't want to do that. Because then that would technically mean that if we had only one litter, then that would mean that Paradox's lineage ends with SoftWing's first litter. And then we have this new generation of whoever Coda's mate is. I don't really want to do that, so yeah. Sorry to those who want that. Now, with SoftWing and Coda here, I think we're gonna go towards Aspen Heights. I want the wolves to be a different den the entire journey. Entire journey. And I think Aspen Heights works well because for Deimos and Callisto, who have to bring in every single kind of prey, I want them to be near the cattle ranch, and the closest den to the ranch is the secret den. So we're gonna have to do a lot of hunting with their episode here to be able to achieve that, which is 7,500. So we might even get to move to Slough Creek with them. We might just have them back on the mountain in their third episode while SoftWing and Coda and Eos and Redwood are raising pups. It's certainly something it's gonna be interesting to see play out. Let's see. Let's push the elk. But yeah, we go out pretty easy, so we won't have to do winter hunting. Because again, unlike Eos and Redwood, we have to keep re-rolling. SoftWing can just chill out and raise her pups on a pretty easy difficulty. Because because none of the mates re-rolled their challenge of being able to re-roll difficulty, so Coda can't re-roll difficulty each day, basically. Alrighty, I think we might try the bull elk now. I don't think SoftWing has she's not brought down a bull elk. I don't think she's gonna bring down 2 moose in Slough Creek like Eos did. She brought down 2 bull moose, which is the reason I renamed Subject to Sernanos. So yeah, oh, careful, SoftWing, careful. Careful, darling. Don't get yourself too hurt now. You're about to have pups. We can't have you dying on us. My goodness, I have not thought of names. This might be tough. Again, SoftWing and Coda Paradox's whole generation. The naming theme are silly names. Silly or cute names. So yeah, I didn't really think of any names. So, I mean, there's one, but it's kind of like who I want to kind of continue into Wolfquest 3. I have this for 2 wolves. First the SoftWing, and then I don't actually really have a name for generation for this. I guess maybe for I guess since we're now on to Blackbird. I don't know. Come on, Coda. Let's bring down a elk. Now again, I'm not saying that I believe Coda's name is it's from Brother Bear, and those are more indigenous names. I'm not saying indigenous names are silly. That is completely against what I'm trying to say. I'm saying as well because Coda is, I believe, I'm not the best with character archetypes. Even though I have to do a project on that. I believe Coda is technically supposed to be like a more like haha, he says funny things make you laugh. So that's why as well, because again, I'm doing comic relief characters, or like characters that always, when they're on screen, they make you have a nice smile. Or I guess when you're in a book and there's that character that makes you smile. Basically, the soft bean character that might have a brutal death in the end. I don't know. But then again, that character should be more safe for Jason since he has the whole characters who don't deserve to die. So the soft bean who died should be safe for Jason, not for SoftWing and Coda or any different generations. Just come on. Okay, there we go. Let's go. How much experience are we on now? We need to bring down at least another elk. Though we don't have to bring down an elk. We could try to find a bear and chase it off. We'll go to Bear Rock. Let's see if we can chase off a grizzly bear. Alright, let's see though if we can chase off a bear. Find a bear and chase it off. We'll have to hunt another elk. And we can just go ahead and start moving. Or we could try to see if marking the territory gives us enough experience named pups. I don't want to risk it, so we're just not going to do that. And there's Bear Rock. If we get lucky, we get a grizzly bear. If we don't, that's fine. Alright, let's see if we get lucky. Are we gonna get lucky? Do we get lucky? I don't think so. Nope, we did not get lucky this time. Dang it. Anything here on this by the moon tree? Nope, doesn't seem so. Alright, never mind. We're going back to hunting apparently. We tried to cheat our way through. Didn't work out for us. Unless we find a bear near one of these carcasses, that'd be pretty good. But I don't really think we're gonna find a bear next to the carcasses. I don't think so. So we guys gotta bring down 2 elk. But like, when I want some wolves to the ones that I want to continue generations with, I don't want to just make it those wolves and then try to have some bias for them. I don't want that, but at the same time, I find their names so funny or something so cool that I want them there, you know? So like, what do I do? Oh, it's raining. Why is Coda all the way over there? Coda, help me. That was some really like quick rain. It just rained and then it stopped. That elk, I think we're gonna bring her down. She seems a little confused. Just gotta bring down. I guess we could now mark territory to win, but might as well just be safe and bring the elk down. Alright, come on, you're going down. You're going down. Alright, here we go. And the elk is down. Awesome. Alright, so now let's go ahead and cross the creek, go all the way to Aspen Heights, and meet SoftWing and Coda's pups. I wonder how many they're gonna have. We'll see. Alright, here we go. Why are these ravens just up here? That's pretty interesting. Shouldn't it be a little bit closer to the carcass? That's pretty concerning. Okay. Okay, off these two go to go have their pups. SoftWing has 47% strength, so she is she's strong. She is definitely a strong wolf, but she's a bit slow. I think all of the heirs are technically slow. They're not all fast, especially Deimos, because with Deimos I try to make, with Midnight's heirs I can make them a bit more strong. I think maybe for Wolfquest 3, if we can, once we get a confirmed release date, though again, we don't get release dates with Wolfquest 3, so again, it might be just really random. I do kinda, what I want to do with Wolfquest 3 with Midnight is to maybe go with an heir of hers that is she's not heir, but like one of her descendants that is definitely a bit weaker. I think it'd be pretty interesting. But anyways, let's head to Aspen Heights and let's go meet some puppies. We are on pretty easy, so again, we don't have to do winter hunt, as we play on pretty easy for the whole game, which is a blessing. Yay. Alright. It's unfortunate though we run into a moose because we can't hunt the moose. But then again, I feel like SoftWing wouldn't really hunt a moose. I feel like she just leave it alone. Give it a wide berth and just leave it be. Let me zoom out. There we go. Where's Coda? There's Coda. He's coming along. So yeah, again, if you want to submit names for SoftWing and Coda, future pups for them, or any future pups, or even mates, theme for Paradox and her descendants, so now so with SoftWing and Coda, are comic relief characters, funny or silly names, or just cute names that would make sense. You know? So let's go ahead and keep going. We're almost there. This is where actually SoftWing's, yeah, they're cousins. They're all cousins here. SoftWing's cousins, Eos, and her litter was raised. They're raised up here. While, funny enough, Eos is actually where her cousin Deimos and his litter were raised in. Pretty interesting. And his brother Ares, the one after this, the one with the zodiac sign, went on to Wolf. Some of you guys did vote for him though, which I find kind of funny when I did say that. I'm just kind of seeing which one of you guys would vote for him. Y'all did vote for him, so that's pretty interesting. There's the nearby den. We're almost there. Here's the den. And looks like SoftWing is overtaking Coda. Here she goes to take the den. Why make this our den? Look at this pretty view. Look at that view that she has, that they both have. To overlook. Alright, let's just do this. We're gonna have to move dens as well, because Hades wants to visit all the dens. So, which is LG's mate. So there might have, once Hades and LG have this den over here, once they've moved on from living at the Aspen Heights den, I think we'll probably have them come back here. I think SoftWing really likes this view of the world. I think though, if we roll Arduous for a pack that I'm gonna settle for Aspen Heights, I will do the winter hunting off camera though, because I do not. The hunting, it's very far, guys. It's very far. Alright. Two girls and 2 boys. Alright, let's see what they look like. We're on pretty easy. Oh, look at that! I think they're mostly kind of blondish. I think so, yeah. Hello, look at this little girl. Yeah, I think they're really kind of blonde. I think, yeah, all of them are blonde except for this little man right here. Well, I think has his mother's more coat colorations. Let me see. Let me look at this little guy. Come here, little one. Let me look at you. Yeah, I think this little man here has more of his mother's colors. Yeah, I think he does. And I think the other pups are more blonde. Okay, so let me do this so I can see which of these pups. Okay, that's the other male. Okay, so the blonde male. Where's he? This little guy right here. Okay, let me see. Come here, little one. You're a bit blonde. I think I'm gonna name you Wolfington. Look, I did tell you these names are silly. Got Wolfington over there. Alright, let's see. We have then the other little boy. Do I want to name him right now? I don't want to say that name. We'll say that name for the next air. Yeah, okay. Dipstick. There you go. We have Dipstick. And then for the other for the 2 girls, I think we'll name one. I'm blanking. I don't know that many comic relief characters, especially female ones. What's a cute? Well, think a cute name. Might go Warrior Cat style. That's a cool name. Don't want to do cool names. That sounds really bad. I think we'll do Lily. No, I want to save that for the wolves. For Sunflower Cinder though. We'll do Lily Tail. There you go. And then for the other little girl, we'll name her. I think we'll name her Feather. There we go. So we have. Goodness. Okay, so we have Wolfington, who is already all the way back here. He seems to be quite the adventurous little man. Alright. Here he is. And then we have Dipstick, who is the only one that resembles his mother at the moment. He's got her more grayish patterns underneath that tinting. We have Lilytail, who is just over here. And it seems like Coda's already feeding the pups. And then we got Little Feather, who is also seems to be a bit of a wanderer like her brother Wolfington. Alrighty, so yeah, these are SoftWing and Coda's pups. Let's try to complete this mission. Dipstick, don't you dare. You gotta stay here, Dipstick. You can't go wandering off. Come here, Wolfington. Stay here. Alright, Feather. Please, daughter, do not be wandering off. But then again, if you want to save this den for the last, hunting down a cougar might be pretty difficult, as we have to chase all the way from here to the elk herd. We could try to use the water, though. Yep, the pups are getting hungry. We'll have to deal with that next episode, though. And there we go. That should be it. Wait for the notification. There you go. Alright, though, so that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn notifications so you never miss a video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, you're kidding me. No. Don't you dare. I'm trying to end the video. I don't have the time for you, Coyote. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we can say goodbye.